Hello, hello, hello. Yes, welcome. First episode and problems already with the net. Anyway, sa mga nakikinig pa dyan, just started to play some music habang naghihintay tayo ng mga listeners or viewers natin. All right. Hmm. Hello, Sam. Are you there? In the meantime, I'm gonna play another song and hopefully cooperate ng internet connection ko. Here we go. Hmm. This is a song called Give Me Some More. It's a brand new song. Let's listen to it, guys. Ayaw. Try natin ulit. Anyway, welcome to God is Love. This is the first episode of Hip Hop with Christ. And you can also listen sa audio streaming sa website ng radiopilipinas.com. At sana doon mas malinaw. Pero maya-maya, hopefully things will be better here. Subukan ko ulit mag-play ng song, ng video. Such a challenge every time nag-uumpisa na ang broadcast. So my name is Honeyluv and I'm your host for this show. This is the first episode, so nagsasanay pa ako dito sa online show na ganito na broadcasted live via StreamYard and Facebook Live. So here we go. Let me try again to play the second song. Looking forward to this working now. Here we go.
I need you for my love. Yeah, I need you for myself. Yeah, I need you, and I reach for my
I remember the days I didn't wanna know anything about the one day called the Savior. Who's that? Why believe in it? They say in nothing lives within. Tell me how can that be?
Please somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. 'Cause I need to hear.
I feel I need to know
I
it.
feel like it's right on me.
I feel I need to know it.
Feels like the only way.
They say it's love and I need love. If it feels love, then I need God. They say it's love and I need love. If it's love, then I need God.
I need you for my love. Yeah, I need you for my soul. Yeah, I need you, and I reach. Hear my prayer for my soul. Yeah, I need you.
Couldn't believe it. Blessings that I was receiving. Every time that I needed him, he was there, always has been. Even through the struggles, he showed me that it had to be. So I can grow in my faith, trust in the Lord with all of my heart. Yeah, I'm ready, give me some more love.
Give me some more.
I'm ready, give me some more love.
Give me some more love.
I wanna know you more love.
I wanna know you more.
They say it's love and I need love. If he's love, then I need God. They say it's love and I need love. If he's love, then I need God. Then I need God.
I need you for my love, for my love. Yeah, I need you for my soul, for my soul. I need you, and I reach for my prayer, for my soul. Yeah, I need you for my love, for my my soul, I need you, and I reach you. Through my prayer for my soul, I need you.
All right, so that was Give Me Some More. It's a brand new song from Bebe Riz featuring Vin City, a friend niya from New Zealand. And of course, that is available on all digital streaming platforms. And the first song is was called Di Mo Lang Pansin, and that was an old song of mine. Hopefully, you guys were able to hear that. Okay, so and still struggling with the internet connection and trying to multitask. Also, utilizing StreamYard para makapag-play ng mga video at ng mga audio. So sa mga nanonood na palagi ko mga tatlong tao, apat na tao, bukod sa amin ng guests, maraming salamat for tuning in. Of course, you can always share the video so that more people will know about it. At sa mga hindi makakapanood nito now, this will be recorded by Facebook. And of course, you can watch it anytime. It will stay as a recorded video on the Facebook page of Radio Pilipinas. And also, I will also be sharing its page ko sa Hip Hop with Christ and also eventually upload it in YouTube. So, all right. So, welcome, guys. I was gonna play more music, but our guest is here na. So, I wanna, introduce her to you. At again, paki-share po yung ating video para mas marami ang makapanood kasi this show is really dedicated to talking about or inviting people to give their testimonies about what they have experienced sa kanilang mga buhay, and it's really focusing on the power of God's love, and that's why this is called God is Love. And being I am in the hip hop community, I wanted to use my platform to be able to finally dedicate an entire show just for the glory of God. Okay, so again, this is Hip Hop with Christ, God is Love, the first episode, and you're watching it through Radio Pilipinas Facebook page, and of course, for audio streaming, pwede kayo pumunta sa radiopilipinas.com para mapakinggan nyo yung audio lang sa mga mahina ang data na hindi kaya mag-video streaming, you can listen to it audio lang. And for those na meron mga radio apps na naka-download na nakikinig sa mga ibang radio station, hanapin nyo lang ang Radio Pilipinas. And kung nandoon, makakapakinig din kayo that way. Okay, so, all right. So let me introduce my guest for today. All right, a lot of you are probably wondering sino siya, no? Kasi hindi naman siya part ng hip-hop community. Gusto ko lang linawin na this show is actually not all, lahat ng guests, hindi siya necessarily coming from the hip-hop community. The show is to invite the hip-hop community to participate. And of course, I'll be playing songs from, like Christian hip-hop music from Filipinos, independent artists, underground artists. And pero ang i-invite ko, iba-ibang tao na merong makakwento po sa ating lahat para matuto tayong lahat. Alright, so without further ado, let me introduce my special guest. So Sam is actually someone close to my heart and someone whom I have witnessed firsthand and who has gone through so much hardships throughout her life and still is. Still, she has emerged from the other end being very resilient and hard to unsettle. Bakit? So that's the reason why I invited her. Let us find out and listen to her life testimony. Let's welcome, guys, my very good friend whom I met during my 4 East Flavor days and before that even. Her name is Sam Mendoza. So Sam, are you there? Yon.
Hello!
Okay. Hello. Ganda ba ng intro ko sa'yo?
Ang ganda. Oo, parang totoo.
Alright. Teka lang ha. Bago, alright. I just want to say hello muna to the ones that have commented. DJ Angela, of course, of Radio Pilipinas, and it's all about music, who does the other show for me, yung Hip Hop Station. And then my mom is online. Hi, moms. Finally, you were able to figure out the instructions. Um, and then a friend of DJ Angela is saying hello, Joya. All right. Well, okay. So, welcome, Sam. Can I call you by your
Thank
real
you.
name?
No. I'm gonna kill you. I'm going offline.
Hindi, sige. Okay, so welcome. So kamusta ka? Kamusta? Ano, bati ka muna, bati muna.
Oh, I'd like to greet everyone who's tuned in right now here on Radio Pilipinas. What's up? I'm DJ Sam. And you are listening to Hip Hop with Christ only here at radiopilipinas.com. Okay na ba yun? Pasado na ba ako?
Yun. Oo naman. So, I'm trying to, kasi nga itong internet connection ko, nagloloko-loko na naman. Kaya nawawala-wala ako minsan sa aking phone. Because I'm trying to look at the comments or how it's like actually working. Mukhang malinaw naman yung video natin, di ba? So, hi tita, kung nakikinig ka, your mom. Okay, so let's start na tayo.
Yeah.
Right. Gusto ko kasi mag-loosen up muna eh. Medyo na-stress ako dun sa internet connection eh. Okay, so, alright, first question. Bakit ka pumayag to guest in this show when it's called Hip Hop with Christ?
Besides that you forced me to, no joke lang. Hindi niya po ako finorce. I just felt I just felt compelled to to say yes because it's a very great platform to glorify the Lord and every chance that I could get to to tell everyone or anybody of how faithful God is in our life, then I would grab it. It's my pleasure. Kumbaga, I'm humbled to be given the chance to speak about His love. So there. I hope you're hearing me. Or there's some kind of a delay. Speak about His love.
Well, thank you. I knew that. Hindi, sabi ko nga, sabihin ko sa mga, yes, I am. I'm hearing you. Yes. Yeah, there is a delay. You're clear. I can hear you clearly. Sabi ko nga, di ba, when I was thinking about the show, actually 2 years ago to iniisip. Pero ngayon ko lang talaga natutukan. Isa ka talaga sa that you would have a story, a very compelling, very powerful testimony. Not just a testimony, but aral na mapupulot life story mo, right? So, okay, so thank you for agreeing. And where's Tita? She listening?
Yeah, somewhere in the house.
Okay. All right, so let's start na. Can you give us a summary of what
Jug, are you there? Oh, I think Jug has been cut off from the feed. I'm not sure if you're hearing me, but I think Jug was asking a while back if to give you a summary of. I think she's back.
I'm back, yeah.
Okay,
So
you're back.
Yan ang magiging challenge natin.
Okay.
Kasi when I did my other show, ganito rin na nangyari.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
I could do it for you, joke lang. And then, so you were saying a while back, so a little summary of what happened to me. As Jog said, I've been through many challenges in life at a very young age of 7 years old. So very, very, masyadong maaga para sa isang bata na magsimula ng ng very, very big challenge, no? And mostly my challenges came from a health problem or a health issue. Uh, I think it's not because of bad choices, because I was very, very young back then. So, hindi natin masasabi na, wrong lifestyle. Kasi syempre, pag bata ka pa naman, wala ka pa naman kinakaing masama. I mean, hindi naman talagang gano'n na mag-accumulate para magkaroon ka sakit. But just a short rundown of what happened to me. Okay, sorry, I have to read. Kasi minsan sobrang hindi ko na maalala. So, at the very young age of 7 years old, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. If you are not familiar with Crohn's disease is an autoimmune condition wherein parang your intestines have ulcers inside. So, pwede rin siyang, basta the whole of your digestive system, from the mouth to the anus. So, ganun yung effect niya. Ang Crohn's disease, para kang wala kang absorption because dumadating sa point na sorry for the term if you're eating, sorry, excuse me, you will poop fresh blood. So, ganun siya katindi. Kumbaga, yung sakit ko nung mga panahon na yon, it's not lagnat o simpleng ubo, sipon. Mas okay pa sana yun mas tanggap ko. Okay, after that, so syempre, the Crohn's disease back then, 1981, ako magkakaalaman tuloy yung edad ko, no? Which is, I am very proud of. During 7 years old, 1981, do the math. Hindi sila familiar with Crohn's disease. So, natanggalan ako ng appendix, nananahimik yung appendix ko. But that time, hindi kasi siya, tinanggal nila. Kahit na wala namang ginagawa yung appendix ko, tinanggal nila. So, ayun. So, but then, still the same condition, I'm still pooping fresh blood, ganyan. So, they finally found that, I have ulcers in both of my big and small intestines. So they had to cut it off. Parang they have to cut portions. Alam mo yung parang binawasan yung bituka mo, tapos pinagdikit nila. Ganon, parang tinahi lang ganyan. So I had a colostomy bag. A colostomy bag is yung a portion of your intestine will be brought outside your side, o parang yung pinakadulo ng anus, ilalabas lang sa skin ng tiyan mo. Tapos doon ka dudumi for 1 year and 7 months. I was under colostomy bag for 1 year and 7 months so that my intestines could you take a break from yung kinat kasi siya, so hindi siya pwedeng magamit. So I was on the liquid diet, so ganyan. So but after 1 year and 7 months, nabalik naman siya sa dati. Okay, so I was under remission for long. I mean, nanahimik yung Crohn's disease. But then, 20 years after, nag-fail yung kidneys ko naman. Hindi na namin naalam kung bakit nag-fail kasi end-stage renal failure na siya. So, hindi na siya na-biopsy. Diretso na akong dialysis. And while working up for kidney transplantation, maraming nakita. So, tumagal ako sa dialysis ng 3 years. So, while working up for transplant, kasi before you get transplanted, you have to have like optimal health. Wala kang depresya from the teeth down to everything. So, lahat yan for clearance. So, habang nag-clearance ako, doon nalaman na may gallstones ako, so they took out the whole of the gallbladder, and then I have to recover from that, and then kuha ulit ng clearance. Natanggalan din ako isang ovary kasi meron din siyang cyst, and then natanggalan din ako ng lymph node dito sa leeg, diagnosed with tuberculosis, so I had to undergo TB medication for 6 months. So yun yung mga isoniazid. If somebody here is listening, yung whole 6 months na yon na you're under tuberculosis, it's not something contagious kasi it's in but I still have to go through that treatment just to make sure that it won't go down my lungs. So yun, nakakalabo rin ng mata yun. Maraming side effect yung isoniazid. And then But wait, there's more. Ayun.
Go.
Tapos, finally, I had a kidney transplant, and it has been 14 years now. And okay naman siya. Pero last year, my Crohn's disease flared up again. So I was under remission for 30. Oh my gosh, talagang makukuha nyo na yung ano. Magaling kayo sa math. 35 years. Magaling kayo sa 35 years. 35 years ba yun? No, not 35 years. Sorry. How many years was that? Basta sobrang tahimik yung Crohn's disease, and then it flared up last year, November. So yun nga, kailangan ko ulit ng treatment, and I am under Entyvio infusion. So it's a very, very expensive treatment, which it's 104,000 per vial, and I need 8 for the whole year. So I will tell you more about it, how I was able to afford that. And then after that, may mayoma ko, di ba? May natira pang isang ovary, hindi pa sapat, Lord, hindi pa sapat. So meron din siyang myoma. So may mga 6 cysts ako inside the only ovary left with me. So meron pa siya. And then, lately, meron ulit. I think I have hyperthyroidism because my weight gone from 61 kg down to 44. So I have to have another test. Yeah, I have to have another test for my thyroid panel. So yun yung very latest na addition. Pero all in all, hindi ko lang sinama. This is just a summary. I had 10 operations. All in all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing very personal stuff to our viewers and listeners. Hindi ako nag-i-interrupt kasi nga dahil may problema ang ating internet connection. So mas maganda yung dire-diretso ka magsalita para people can really understand you. I wanted to say that nakilala ko si Sam sa mga listeners, mga hip-hop na nanonood. And I met Sam when I just came back to the country. Before I did the hip-hop thing here in the country. So, hindi okay siya nung time na yon, di ba? Tapos na yung Crohn's mo, matagal na nagpahinga yon. Matagal na nagpahinga yon, di ba? Pero hindi pa nangyayari yung sa kidney. The kidney happened like another 10 years or almost 10 years after we met, if I remember correctly. So, sabi ko nga, bakit I knew that Sam was going through a lot in her life, and sabi ko nga, ibang klase yung strength nga niya because you cannot possibly go through all that. And as she said, yung 10 operations, di ba? And lifetime operations so far. Tapos, tingnan nyo naman siya ngayon, di ba? Kakagaling lang niyan sa work. Kakagaling lang niya sa work, and then nagpahinga lang ng ilang minuto, tas pasok na agad sa show. And she's still able to manage herself, of course, with the help of her family, her mom. Hi, tita. Kung nakikinig ka, tita. And most importantly, the help of her friends, her family, and more importantly, she's gonna tell us the story as to why I invited her here, diba? Basically, hindi mo kasi ako isang beses lang ako na-operahan sa buhay ko, and that was just appendicitis. But it was a complicated one na hindi alam, gusto pa nga nila open, ang tawag doon, yung hahanapin pa, lobotomy or something. Hindi nila malaman, hindi makita ng mga doktor kung ano yung problema. Exploratory lobotomy or something like that.
Yeah.
Which of course we declined. Nag-decline kami. So, yung isang operation lang guys na nadaanan ko sa buhay ko, sobrang sobrang hirap na nun. Yung dinaanan kong yon. And then I also had a similar problem with my intestines when I was also in elementary. But hindi naman ako na-operahan. Thank God na ayos siya. So I cannot even imagine yung 10 right? So, sabi ko nga kay Sam, nung nag-uusap kami, um, the very essence of why I invited her. Do you think you could have survived all of these without the faith that you have in God? And precisely why I invited you here to the show so that our listeners can listen to your powerful and amazing testimony, how you were able to make it this far. Take it away,
Po,
hindi kita interrupt.
di
Okay?
ba? It's okay. You can always interrupt.
Okay.
Siguro what I could just to give a backstory of how my life was interrupted. Syempre very early age of 7, wala ka namang naiintindihan pa noon eh, 'di ba? So parang sa akin pagkatapos kong gumaling, okay na, ganyan. Syempre pag 7 years old ka naman, wala ka namang talagang personal relationship with the Lord, 'di ba? Kasi very very young age. Pero I know the Lord because of my parents. Because of my mom. Of course, God she introduced God. And so but then siguro yung medyo meron na akong muwang is that um kasi parang I would ask everyone, did your life turn out the way you wanted it to be? Okay. Maybe you could answer. Everyone could answer. Everyone online can answer. Who
There
says
you go.
yes? Yeah. Who says heck no? Okay. If you ask me the same question, my answer is heck no. I expected so much more back then. Okay. Plans of continuing my singing career abroad, recording an album, get famous like the bands that we used to perform with before. Because
Teka lang. Teka lang. Let me interrupt na.
yeah, go.
Sa mga nakikinig na hip-hop, right, who don't know, Sam is actually a singer. The reason we met and we became very close was um, we were in a group together, all girls, na para siyang TLC, way back in the 90s. And we were very close. I would like go to her house. Si imami niya, yung si tita, always treated me very nicely, and it was such a fun memory that I have of you guys. So singer si Sam and performer yan, like professional performer, and nag-abroad, sa abroad nga at dito, grabe nga yan. Like pupunta ako sa gigs niya, buhay na buhay siya. Like talagang performing 6 times a week, right? 6 times a week
Yeah.
kami nagpa-perform.
Sometimes 7.
And then,
Sometimes 7.
sometimes 7. So that was
Mhm.
Sam's life. She is aware. Alam niya yung buhay performer. And then bigla ngang nangyari yung kidney problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so continue.
yeah, okay. So until I got the news that my kidneys failed. So kumbaga parang everyone naman siguro, not just let's not focus on so much more of the health condition, everyone who's doing such a good, great time with their lives, and you have a plan, yung parang meron kang talagang aim, meron kang inaasahan, and then suddenly you will get interrupted with something. Okay, not just health condition, but something very big in your life. It could be as bankruptcy. It could be a divorce, a sudden divorce. It could be financial crisis, or whatever, no, that would interrupt your life. Kumbaga, you're doing so great. And then pero yun nga, yung dun sa pag dialysis ko, if somebody, kasi I tag all my I tag this live dun sa mga pre and post kidney transplant. So there might be someone listening who is undergoing dialysis, no? Dialysis kasi, just to give you a background, napakahirap. I am thankful that there is dialysis because it really extends the life of someone who had a kidney failure, no? syempre, kumbaga, I'm so thankful na merong ganun. Kasi kung hindi, tigok kami lahat talaga, agad, in an instance. Because
Oo.
if your kidneys are no longer working, you are so toxic. I mean, all of the toxins are still inside your body. So, mahirap siya nung una na nalaman ko na fail yung kidneys mo, tapos banda ka, kumakanta ka, tapos malalaman mo na yung kailangan mong maoperahan. Tapos, syempre, yung time na yun ano pa ako emergency dialysis kasi sobrang end stage na. Sobrang taas na talaga ng toxin level ng katawan ko. So, kumbaga, sobrang na bigla talaga ako. But, alam mo yung isa sa mga nakaka-amaze sa Lord, kasi nung nagbabanda ako, medyo naghihina-hina na ako noon So, I had to stop for sobrang dami ko kasi iniisip. Pero yung time na yun, nasa abroad ako. So, pumasok lang talaga. Naka-break kami nung band And usually, barkadista ako I cannot take a break without any friend beside me. But that night, I took a break by myself and just sat at the corner of yung kinakantahan ko kasi is like Ratski's Bar or like Strums, no? It's in Japan, but I am not required to sit with the customers. So it's really banda lang and makikita mo doon and dancers na parang mga ang tawag dito, ano ba yung mga dancers na lalaki, mga street boys. Sorry. Street boys, sorry. Grabe. UMD dancers. Kitang-kita ko ano yung mga
Mga kasabayan mo.
Parang ganon. Yung mga dancers na ganon. Yun ang mga kasama. Ako lang yung babae dun sa na yun, kinakantahan namin. Kasi it's not a girls club, no? So, it talagang para lang siya sa banda. Ganon. And dancers na mga lalaki. So, I sat at the corner and then, for some reason, a still small voice talaga, promise, asked me that night, and I could vividly remember, anak, gusto mo bang tumanda ng ganito? Yeah, it was clear. Anak, gusto mo bang tumanda ng ganito? And then, bigla ko na lang, parang, di naman alam naman natin nang galing sa utak natin, pero hindi galing sa iyo yun that's the still small voice. So I said, no, I don't want to get old like this. I don't want to have temporary friends, then temporary relationship, temporary happiness, because in the entertainment industry, everything is so like happy lang. I mean, hindi ko sinasabing it's of course it has been my bread and butter, and I have so much respect for all the performers. But once you get old, I mean, kung talaga siniwerte ka lang kung sino pa bang mga bands na buo pa. Pero of course, once you get old, hindi naman laging nandiyan na entertainment industry sa'yo. So I prayed, sabi ko, Lord, tanggalin mo ako sa ganitong life, sabi ko ganyan. Kasi I don't want to grow old na singer pa rin ako, sabi ko ganyan. Kaya lang, when you pray, na talagang sobrang taimtim, minsan yung sagot ng Lord, iba. So I was just thinking na tatanggalin lang niya ako sa
Anong iba?
Yung sagot kasi ng Lord, nag-fail yung kidneys ko Talagang hindi na ako makakabalik. Alam mo yun, yung prayer na yun. Diba, kumbaga para sa akin, yung interruption, sabi ko, Lord, hindi naman ganyan to that extent na hindi na talaga ako babalik. Ibig sabihin ko lang, ayokong tumanda ng ganito. Na,
kasi pagod ka na. Pagod ka na sa pag-perform.
Parang gano'n, hindi, ayoko lang tumanda ng gano'n. Pero give me naman some chance na makapag-record pa ako. Parang gano'n yung kumbaga may condition pa ako sa loob. May condition ako. Pero yun nga, sabi ko, wow, okay rin naman yung sagot ng Lord, nag-fail yung kidneys. Talagang hindi na nga ako makakabalik. So be careful what you pray for. But then, during dialysis kasi,
nagpapatawa ka na naman. Sige na.
Be careful. Parang, Lord, sobra naman kayo nakinig, ganon. Tapos, syempre, meron ding dadating na panahon na pagka nalaman mo yung ganung kasi it's a life and death situation, di ba? Ako, nung time na yon dialysis para sa akin, oh my gosh, mamamatay na ako dito. Kasi parang ang dami kong naririnig na namamatay. Sorry sa mga dialysis patient, no? Pero syempre, yung una nyo rin namang narinig yun, parang, oh my gosh, this is something serious, no? So, I grieved. For at least a week, I think, hindi ako nagsasalita. I was really crying. Parang bakit nangyari sa akin to? I was wheeled in a kidney unit in Makati Med. And I was with senior citizens, okay? Like, I was asking God, Lord, bakit? Ako pinakabata dito. Bakit mo ko nilagay sa ganito? Bakit ganun? Why me? I'm at the height of my career. Bakit ganun? Okay.
So,
Baka
questions.
Oh.
A lot of questions, right? Actually, may isang rapper, kaya lang hindi siya nakikinig, baka may work siya. Meron siyang kanta, Questions ang title. Ganyan siya.
Okay.
Tanong siya ng tanong. Yeah.
So then, yun na nga. Pero that, siguro parang ako, ang ginawa ko noon, para hindi mabigat, I embraced my current condition. Kasi once you embrace it, you will accept things mas magaan. Kasi ito na lagi ka nang tutusukin every week. That time, I was twice a week na nagda-dialysis. So, ito yun po, ayan, nakikita niyo po yan. It's not actually, hindi po siya yung tahi, okay? Siya po ay cannulation ng mga needles. Yung needle po na nilalagay sa dialysis patient ay kasing laki po ng straw ng zesto, okay? Ganun po siya kalaki.
Wow.
Yes. Gauge 16. Okay? So, ganun po siya kalaki. So, alam na po ng mga lahat niyan na dun kiniklean yung dugo mo and all that. So, there was this one time na I think I was able to tell you this. Kasi pagka nagda-dialysis ka, of course, parang mahirap talaga siya. Kasi pagod ka, na parang from the tip of your finger down to your toes, parang kala mo naglangoy ka ng ng dagat from point to point. Parang ganun. Sobrang pagod na pagod ka. Yes, sobrang pagod na pagod ka.
Yeah.
So, meron isang session na parang kala ko mamamatay na ako. Seriously, talagang may ganong pakiramdam. And then, what I did was to look at my other classmates. So, yun ang tawag ko mga classmates ko na sila tito at tita. So, halos parang nahihirapan na ako noon. Siguro ang baba na ng BP ko noon kasi ganun yun So, I looked at the person next to me who is an 82-year-old na meron siyang tube here where he's fed, okay? So, parang kung ako nahihirapan, ano pa kaya yung nararamdaman nitong katabi ko? So, dahil kakilala naman nila ako na I am a singer, I was a former singer, I asked the person next to me, because Tito, what is your favorite song? Anak, kahit parang kumbaga pareho kami, nahihirapan, anak, kahit basta kantahan mo lang ako, ganyan siya. So, I sang.
So, sa kahinaan mo, na kaya mo pa. Nakahanap ka pa ng strength, diba?
Naawa ako sa kanya kasi 82, diba? Tapos, meron pang ganon, parang, diba, Darth Vader siya. So, parang naawa ako. So, sabi ko, Tito, what is your favorite song? And then, sabi niya kahit So, I sang, someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you. And the way you look tonight. So, he was distracted because of the song. Because he knows the song, okay? So,
no, because of your beautiful voice. Kaya siya na-distract.
Kasi
even if maganda yung song, kung hindi maganda yung pagkanta mo, baka lalong
kahit na maiirita rin siya, di ba? So, kumbaga parang, bigla kong na parang, ganun pala yung feeling na yun. Nalimutan ko yung iniinarte ko, hindi ako makahinga. Nalimutan ko. Why? Because I look at other people's need. And it took away my focus from my current condition. And sometimes, during my dialysis days, may mga mahihirap na days, meron din namang hindi. I always ask the Lord na parang, Lord, compared to your suffering on the cross, this is nothing. So I offer
Okay.
everything, all of the pain, all of this suffering. I offer it unto your cross. Parang kumbaga, I'm sharing the suffering. No, no, yung nangyari sa nothing compared to what you have suffered. Alam mo, every time I pray that prayer, gumagaan yung promise, gumagaan. Okay, so anyway, so siguro, however, when I look back with a different perspective, I realized that I would never become the person that God meant me to be. I know it was a tough journey, but truly life-changing. If this didn't happen, maybe, siguro, I would still be singing by now. Banda pa rin ako. Which is wala namang problema doon, ano. Pero, of course, you always have temporary friends when you travel abroad. Of course, you might have temporary relationship when you meet someone abroad. Pero syempre, mahirap yun pag hindi mo kalahi, di ba?
Uh,
And I might end up getting into drugs. Okay, this is based from how what I experienced before it abroad. Okay, I'm not saying that every performer would end up like that, but at the time it was the height of party drugs. Okay, so sometimes yun nga, life doesn't give you what you wish for, but something that you need. Sometimes yun nga, life happens to you because there is a lesson that you need to learn, or
and
a character that you need to develop, parang ganun.
yeah, you just mentioned the word lesson. Basically, diba, the question was, would you have survived everything without having the faith? And then you answered it. But more importantly, I think it's because you were so open to the lessons that were given you. Because in all the hardships that we go through, there's always two sides. The battles with the lessons. It's never like failing. It's more of a lesson. So it's a lesson and a blessing. So
Yes,
with every lesson, there is a blessing on the other side of it. So
yes,
I think it's important to as somebody, as your friend and somebody who is observing what happened to your life. It's important that the attitude that you had was positive from the very beginning. I think kasi tinanggap mo nga yung lessons sinabi mo kanina agad, you embraced your new life, right?
yes,
'Di ba? And guys, syempre kinukuwento niya 'to, mabilis ang kwento niya, 'di ba? Kasi nangyari
mm,
na 'to lahat. Pero syempre isipin natin yung mga bawat araw na dinaanan niya, bawat segundo at minuto ng buhay niya na dinadaanan niya yung hirap at sakit ng lahat ng hospitalization and all the other problems, the emotional burden that may have cost her and her family. So this is not something that is parang, ang galing naman ni Sam na nakikinig tayo. Yes, magaling siya, pero isipin na lang natin yon, di ba? Lahat ng pinagdaanan niyang bawat struggle na yon, seconds, minutes of each time that she had to be taken to the hospital and survive the operations and then come out like this. So besides the lessons and accepting that you were given a new life, you knew na hindi ka na kumakanta pero ito na yung buhay mo ngayon. Hindi sa ini-interrupt kita, I'm not sure kung tapos ka na magkwento, but ngayon na may
it's okay.
bago kang buhay, now that you have a new life, you're no longer performing the way you used to. I do know you perform at church once in a while,
Yes,
or you
yes.
lead, di ba, worship. So tell us about your new life now,
My
with how
new
are you
life,
doing?
well, syempre because of what I have gone through, syempre you will have a deeper relationship with your creator. Kasi from all those things na pinagdaanan ko, actually the time is not really enough to tell you what happened.
We
Pero
can,
sobra, yeah.
we're on till 4:30.
Uy,
Okay?
sobra. Nakakahiya naman sa kanila. Pero kumbaga we're trying to summarize everything Pero pagka kasi meron kang dadaanan, ihahanda ka ng Lord talaga. Kailangan ko lang banggitin 'tong point na 'to na nangyari sa akin, okay? Yung bago ako ma-dialysis, nag-nursing ako noon as my second course, BSN, okay? Thinking that I would be able to go abroad and have a new career, okay? That's my prayer kasi, di ba? Lord, tanggalin mo ako dito. I don't want to get old being a performer. So I was thinking of another thing, which is another career, okay? Because my first course that I finished was AB Mass Communication, and then the second one is my second course is BSN. So I enrolled myself, okay? Isipin mo bago ka ida-dialysis, kung hindi ba naman talaga ang Lord talaga minsan wini-wink kang ganun, ano? It's a God wink moment. That's how I call it. Kasi may report kami noon eh. And puro kami second courser. I am the mass communication student. So, ang gagawin lang namin role-playing, and then there is a topic, tapos iro-role play nyo. Gagawa kayo ng script. It's a group work. So I was the one who, there was a draw lot, may draw lots. So ako yung ang tawag dito, nagbunot ng topic namin. Nagbunot ng topic namin. Ang topic namin ay kidney transplantation. Wow. Ito ay bago ako ida-dialysis of all topics, okay? So, that time, wala naman akong alam, no, na mangyayari pala sa akin yun in the future, diba? So, gawa naman ako ng script, ganyan-ganyan. Ako, syempre, yung nurse dun sa script, kailangan kasi, syempre, BSN, so ako yung parang dun, So, ang ginawa ko sa script, meron ako ini-explain na pamilya, yung anak nila ay ita-transplant. Ako yung nag-explain. Sabi ko, wala po kayo dapat ikatakot dahil among all organ transplantation, kidney transplant has 95% survival rates. So you don't have to really worry about it kasi mas maganda pa ang quality of life ng isang dialysis patient if she will get another kidney, It's 95% survival rates eh. So ganon. Pero yung nangyari sa akin yun, syempre, matatakot ka. Hindi naman ako laging yung sobrang positive talaga. Pero pag nangyari, Lord, bakit nangyari sa akin to? Ganyan-ganyan. Tapos, yung mga kaklase ko, they reminded me, ano ka ba? Di ba sabi mo nga dun sa natin, it has 95% survival rates. So why are you so worried? Alam mo yun, yung parang grabe ang Lord, no? Another thing, bago ko tinransplant, no? Of course, we have to have a workup and you have to look for a donor, okay? So, my mom had to sell our house, our previous house, which is a little bigger than this house that we're living in. So binenta yun, tapos nakabili kami ng smaller house, pero at least we're not renting, no? It has parang an old sari-sari store in front of the house. So parang ako, yung former house namin pareho namang maganda, no? Pero kumbaga kung ikukumpara mo, kasi si Mami nagtayo nun eh. I mean, yung
tsaka naalala ko yun.
Pinaghirapan naman. Nakapunta ka naman doon, di ba? I mean,
ilang beses, di ba?
Di ba? Compared naman dit sa house namin, okay. Pero, alam mo, hindi naman sa itsura ng house yun eh. It's the story of the house that you live in. So there is actually a story in this house. So we bought this house with an old sari-sari store in front of the house. Okay? So this is another God wink moment. Ang nanay ko kasi, machika. Pwede siyang tumakbo ng ng barangay captain. Ganyan. Parang lahat, hello! Ganyan-ganyan. So ganyan siya.
Parang ikaw.
Life of the party. Ganyan siya. So, lahat kailangan kausapin niya. Ganyan-ganyan. So, syempre, nagtayo kami, sabi ng brother ko, sige, buksan na lang natin yan para hindi naman nakatutok lagi si Mami sa'yo. Para maaliw naman siya, meron siya tindahan. So, nagbukas siya. Syempre, lahat ng bumibili, chinichika ng nanay ko. Ay, anak ko nga ganyan-ganyan. Alam mo yung anak ko, nagda-dialysis, naghahanap nga kami ng donor kawawan mo yung anak ko, ganyan-ganyan. So, may bumili na kapitbahay. Okay. Ganun ba? Tatay yun. Katabing bahay. Ito yung bahay namin. Dito lang yung bahay nila sa Katabing-katabi. So, umuwi yung tatay. Umuwi yung tatay. Tapos habang nagdi-dinner sila, sabi ng tatay, alam niyo yung kapitbahay natin, kawawa naman, ganyan-ganyan, yung anak niya nagda-dialysis. Naghahanap nga ng kidney, ng donor, ng kidney, donor. Alam mo ba yung panganay na anak nun sinabi dun sa dinner, Dad, baka ako makatulong.
Wow, di ba? Amazing, right? Kasi,
I mean,
when you say God wink moment, ito nga yung time na this is divine intervention that God um, makes happen. He puts the right people in place in order
yes.
to help you with your struggles and whatever you have to come out of.
Yes.
It's really true. It's really true. It really does happen. So,
Alam mo ba, the rest is history. He was my donor. And nung nag-ano kami, nagwo-work up kami, the doctor approached my mom. Mommy, alam mo ba na yung matching nila is like he is God sent. Why? Because they're matching yung blood matching and tissue typing, blood typing and tissue typing para sila magkapatid. I mean, etong
I remember when you told me that story. Oh,
yeah,
grabe.
I mean, itong kapitbahay na 'to, bata kasi siya sa akin, nakikita ko lang nagba-basketball ito. Yung para bang ano, yung batang parang wala lang, happy-go-lucky, nagba-basketball, ganyan, tapos may mga barkada, naglalakad lang diyan. Kasi I was 3 years older than him. So I asked him, yung talagang decidido na siya, why? Why do you think that you want to donate your kidney? I mean, I'm just curious why you decided na you want to be tested. Sabi niya kasi, at I'm not sure if I could share this, pero hindi niyo naman siya kilala. Sabi niya kasi all of my life, parang the people around me are so disappointed about me. And I want to change my life. I want to change their perspective towards me. So that's why I wanted to do something for someone that is big. Yun.
And that is love right there. That's
Yes.
loving your neighbor.
Kumbaga, parang in a way, siguro parang meron din siya nararamdaman na parang he was judged or he's a disappointment to everyone and he wants to do something big for someone.
Yes.
And ito, I am always grateful for actually his name is Joseph, okay? And until now, we call each other kapatid. Okay? And yun lang, parang alam mo yon, kung wala ang Lord, kung wala ang kamay ng Panginoon, how will I be able to do that? Okay, since it's already 4 o'clock,
sige lang. We have
hindi
no
kasi
point.
sobrang lang to mabilisan lang. Another thing na yung recent lang na talagang medyo another God wink moment na sobrang impossible talaga kung iisipin ko. I had a very sobrang dangerous flare up sa Crohn's disease ko. Crohn's disease po, again, for those who just tune in, is sa layman's term ay meron po akong butas-butas sa aking bituka. Kumbaga lahat talaga pinamana nila sa akin, hindi pinera ng mga ninuno ko. Lahat ng ako lang talaga. Hindi, walang lupa, walang ganun, walang pera. Talagang lahat ng pinamana sa akin, ewan ko, ako lang, yung ganyan. So, edi na nga, yung bituka ko naman, talagang sobrang dugo-dugo, ganyan-ganyan. Dumating na yung point na nagpapaalam na ako. Actually, hindi naman po ako matandang dalaga, no? Meron po akong loved one. And Bernard has been with me for how many years? Huwag ko na sabihin kung how many years, pero sobrang talagang antagal na namin. And he has been he's been with me all throughout my journey. Together with my mom, okay? So, kumbaga, nung time na yon na nag-flare up yung Crohn's ko, na kasi bumaksak yung dugo ko eh. Pag bumabaksak ang dugo mo, parang feeling mo mamatay ka talaga. Alam mo yun, yung parang feeling na you're really, passing na talaga. So, nung nasa, kami, emergency room, sabi ko sa kanya, tinawag siya, Han, may sasabihin lang ako sa'yo, sabi ko ganyan. Ano yun, ipangako mo sa akin, ganyan ako. Ay, walang ganyan, tapos nilayasan ako. So, hindi ko na nasabi yung sasabihin ko. Kumbaga nagmo-moment ako doon na magpapaalam na ako eh. Pero dahil nga siguro parang maano ko na tumigil ka sa pag-iinarte mo, di ba? Nilayasan ako. So, hindi ko na sabi yung ihahabilin ko sa kanya. So, nalimutan ko na naman, ano. So, anyway, to cut the long story short, sinabi ng doktor ko na hindi na natin pwedeng putulin yung bituka mo. Kasi wala na nga natitira sa bituka mo. Mahihirapan ka na. Okay? Sobrang ikli na ng bituka mo. So, wala na tayong pwedeng gawin. Hindi na ako pwedeng mag-cut dyan. What you need is a treatment, a biologic treatment. A biologic treatment is that you will undergo infusion. This medicine is almost like chemotherapy. Almost like. Okay. And it costs, again, yung kanina nasabi ko, it costs 104,000.
So, yan yung mahal?
Ito yun, 104,000 per vial. Yung sinabi sa akin ng doktor yun, ay, ganun po ba? Oo, so sa isip ko, ay, ganun po ba, 104? Oh Lord, ano na lang to, matutunaw na lang po ba yung bituka ko? So, okay, ready na ako matunaw, parang ganon. So, kaya nga nagpapaalam na ako, kasi wala naman ako 104,000. At ito pang malala doon, 104,000, tapos kailangan ko ng 8 vials. So, parang, ay, ganon. So, parang magpapatransplant ako ulit. Ang galing.
Yeah, parang milyon na, oo.
Oo, saan ko dadamputin yung 832,000, okay? So anyway, the doctor, my gastro said, okay, let me help you, but I'm not promising you anything. I will enroll you in a pharma's patient assistance program. They might give you a big discount. So syempre, utak ko na naman, dahil nga tayo tao, nakatingin na tayo sa hinaharap lang natin, hindi tayo long-term tumingin at minsan nalilimutan din natin ang Lord, ang kakayanan ng Lord. Sabi ko, kahit 50% off yun, saan ako kukuha nung ganun? Kalahating milyon? Sige nga, saan ako kukuha nun? Yung sweldo ko nga lang, halos ikahus na ako sa lifetime medication ko. So anyway, sabi ko, Lord, okay, I will go through the interview. I don't have to tell a lie. I will answer it truthfully because if it's your will, it's your bill, Lord. It is your bill. Yeah. Okay? If you will that I will get this treatment, then I will just do it. Talagang lahat sasagutin ko truthfully. Hindi ako yung para makakuha lang ng assistance. Ay, mahirap po kami. O titira ako sa slum area para may mga ganun kasi to that extent just so that you can get an assistance program, no? So what I did, I answered the questions truthfully kasi ang mga tanong medyo talagang lahat tatanungin. Ano yung mga gamit niyo sa bahay, yung sahig niyo ba ay lupa, ang sahig niyo ba ay linoleum, tiles, ilan ba ang TV niyo, ilan ang computer niyo, meron ka bang mamahaling relo, meron ka bang diamonds, mga ganyan ang tanong. Oo. Tapos, pag tinanong ka, yes or no lang, hindi ka pwede mag-explain. Yes or no. So, ayun na nga. Alam mo to, my surprise? They covered all 8.
Wow.
They covered all 8.
Grabe yun, di ba?
I mean, even my doctor said that I am not sure if they will give you an assistance. Why? Because you don't look like you need an assistance. Okay, parang, sorry naman, pero parang na-judge ako ni Doc doon, di ba? Parang, sa itsura mo, hindi ka bibigyan ng 100%. So, I think they will just give you a big discount. Yan. Ikaw, pagka gano'n ang maririnig mo.
But they covered everything, di ba? And yan nga yung power ni Lord kasi, di ba?
Yeah, parang, tapos yung in-announce sa akin yung Jog, mag-isa ako kasi nasa ospital pa ako noon eh. Mag-isa lang ako sa ospital for some reason, lagi naman ako may kasama, either si Bernard, nag-ibabanday sa akin, or my mom, or my sister will be there. But that time, I don't know why I'm alone, okay? I think Bernard went to the billing or parang ganon. Basta wala sila. Ako lang mag-isa. And then the pharma called me. And so sobrang ecstatic ko. I worship God mag-isa. And I was crying while lying down on my bed na parang, Lord, I'm so unworthy. Actually, hindi naman ako yung Christian na na sobrang perfect, okay? I am, kumbaga, pag nakilala mo ko, I'm not so, medyo what you see is what you get, okay? Parang, I am not that worthy, but how come you love me this much? That you never left me. I mean, I just, sorry. I always surrender. Kung ano man ang paghihirap na ibigay sa akin, it's like Paul saying, it's a thorn in the flesh. But your grace is always sufficient. So whatever comes my way, if it's your will, Lord, then I share with your suffering on the cross. And I always think na whatever trial that comes our way, God will always comfort you. God will always assure you. And at the end of each trial, I always look forward to a great testimony where I could always glorify the Lord at the end. So that's why I felt compelled to say yes right away, because this is a great opportunity to share God's faithfulness in our life. Okay, not just what happened to me, but also in your life. You know, pagka meron kayong pinagdadaanan, you go straight to the Lord. I know you have, of course, you always go to your loved ones and all that. Pero alam mo yung minsan yung parang, Lord, kausapin mo lang siya. Hindi naman kailangan uniform yung prayer mo, di ba? Lord,
Yeah.
I can't, like I think it was his name was, I just have to acknowledge him, his name was Ruben Jordan yata, I think. Yun nga, sabi niya, go to God first. Put pride aside and putting your face on the ground. If you had gotten to God first, you have given him authority over the situation. Hindi agad yung pupunta ka sa alam mo yun, yung parang siya muna, I came into this world naked, I will leave this world naked. Diba? Parang ganon. Lord, whatever is your will, still I worship you. Ganun lang yun. Kasi mas magiging magaan sa'yo. O ano man yung kinaharap mo ngayon, mas magiging magaan sa'yo yun. Kasi ano bang masasabi ko, Jug?
I'm just letting you talk because this is the purpose of the show. I want my guests to be able to talk and share their testimony. And I'll only speak when I need to.
Yeah, so just yun lang, you always have to have a conquering faith in the Lord. Kasi kahit siguro, I am speaking not just sa mga Christians, okay? Even those who do not know the Lord yet. Kasi sometimes pagka meron ka pinagdadaanan, yung nandoon ka na talaga in life and death situation, o meron ka talagang yung mabigat na kinadadaanan, doon mo mas makikilala and doon mas magiging totoo ang Diyos sa'yo.
Yes, and well, let's not forget that Paul, who you mentioned kanina, are you still there? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So he was actually in non-Christian nations, di ba? Siya yung nasa mga Gentiles. Correct ba ako? Tama ba ako doon?
When he was sold before.
Yeah, when he was sold, di ba?
Yeah,
and then he started.
Yeah.
Christians. And then, to those who don't know the story of Paul, he was blinded because he actually murdered Stephen, who was the person talking about the Holy Spirit when Jesus left. So, ibig sabihin dyan, na-convert nga si Paul Somebody who hated, not even didn't believe in Christianity or Jesus Christ, but he hated, actually killed people who believed in Christ. So, after nun, yung suffering ni Paul, he was very faithful to the Lord. He just really had it, and he was able to deliver what he was supposed to do. And as Sam said earlier, she believes in the faith of God in her, because God is very faithful to us, guys, to all listening or watching. We just need to be faithful back in return. That he is always faithful to us, because he is really a loving, powerful God. It's
Yeah.
his essence is truly about love. And I think the testimony of Sam, hindi pa siya tapos ha. I'm just,
It's
giving
okay.
my 2 cents here. The testimony of Sam is just one proof of so many stories out there that we haven't heard of yet. Ah, kung ano talaga ang kayang gawin ng Panginoon sa buhay natin only if we will allow him to enter our hearts. Because he sent Jesus Christ because he truly loved us. So in Sam's situation, in all the struggles she went through, and not just her family, pinakita niya, tingnan nyo guys ha, pagbenta ng bahay na malaki, nakabili sa dami ng bahay na pwedeng bilhin, yan yung nabili nila. Tapos yung bahay na yan, nagkataon, kapit-bahay pa niya, yung naging donor niya for her kidney transplant. I mean, that is just, where can that is just God right there. That is intervention right there. That's his hand. Yung sabi nga ni Sam, the God wink moment. He places us in perfect positions in time and place amongst the people who will really help us if only we continue to have our faith in
Yes.
him, right?
Yes. That's right.
If we have to open our hearts to divine intervention, and really, as you mentioned kanina, Sam, remove the pride. Because when we are at our weakest, which is when we are broken as a person,
Yes.
for
Ah,
whatever, diba? For whatever reason that you may be broken, we become our strongest if we allow God to do his miracle, his extraordinary supernatural miracle in our lives. And that is through Jesus Christ. And of course the Holy Spirit, that which is another very powerful thing.
yes.
Diba? Um, I just needed to say that because I really, really had this urgency in my mind that I had to really get you to talk here. Tingnan mo nga, matatapos na yung show, hindi ka pa tapos sa kwento mo. So
Oo
it's
nga.
perfect. No, but
At
no, go ahead, continue. I just wanted
no,
to say that.
I think maybe we could just ako na siguro magsasabi no, for those who are still on I mean tuned in, and
Yeah.
you are currently facing anything that interrupted your life. Sige, ako na lang magsasabi sa kanila. Okay.
Uh,
I have kasi I prepared some notes no in this I want to share you 5 tips that might also help you face unexpected
Ayan nga
trials and
pala.
testing.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
testing
was
in life.
supposed to ask you
Since
that. Yes.
yeah, since we only have like a few minutes left, I don't want to leave this out, no.
Yes,
Hindi
yes.
lang po sa may mga sakit. Okay, kung kunyari na-interrupt po yung buhay nyo, na maayos ang lahat-lahat, pero merong nangyari sa inyo na, I don't know everyone online, pero kayong kinakaharap na napakabigat talaga and hindi mo ine-expect na dadating sa buhay nyo. Ito yung 5 tips that I could leave you with. Number 1, learn how to grieve, okay? Life is not perfect, okay? Like what happened to me, life is unfair. We are human. It is not but natural to feel grief if something goes wrong, 'di ba, in our life. It interrupts us eh. So what
Yeah.
you need is to acknowledge the pain, cry, okay? Vent out to a friend, write a journal, magwalling ka kung gusto mo magwalling, 'di ba? Acknowledge the pain. That's the only way that you can let it go. But
Yeah.
do not stay there. Let it go and appreciate life, okay? Um Lately kasi, I've been talking to, I think, I could say many, reaching out to me that I do not know personally, okay? They add me in Messenger and they just want to talk, and I always, treasure those moments where I could, kahit papaano ma-encourage yung mga nawawalan ng pag-asa, okay? So yun nga, yung sabi nila nade-depress sila, sobrang nawawalan sila ng pag-asa. So yun nga yung nasasabi ko, learn how to grieve. Kasi valid yung nararamdaman ninyo. Valid talaga na parang bigla kang maiiyak, ganyan. Talagang masasabi mong depressed ka. Again, depressed is different from being lonely, okay? siguro at that time, lonely ka. Kasi nga, may nangyari sa'yo na hindi mo ini-expect. So what you do is you grieve. Iyak ka lang. Pero at the end of the day, wag mong tambayan. Yun lang. Wag mo siyang tambayan. Wag mong sabihin sa sarili mo lagi na depressed ako, nalulungkot ako, kawawa ako. Wag mong sasabihin yan. Kahit anong nangyayari sa'yo, wag. Okay? So that's number 1. Learn how to grieve. Number 2, take care of yourself. When we go through the difficulties in life, it might be physical, emotional problem, okay? It does take toll on your physical health, okay? You eat healthy. Walk outside. Exercise. Mami, exercise. Mami. Talagang merong special. Mami, exercise. Ayan, diba?
Tita.
Oo. Once in a while, spoil yourself, okay? Kung meron kang bathtub, bubble bath. O kaya, since di ka naman makalabas ngayon, mag-online shopping ka, diba? Take care of yourself. Kumbaga little things to, hindi ko mababaw lang to, pero, if something that will make you happy, okay? Magpamani-pedi ka. Kung kaya mo namang magpamani-pedi sa garahe ninyo, kung ayaw mong papasukin si Manang, di ba? Pero ibig sabihin ko, di ba? Okay? Number 3, find good distractions, okay? While you are facing whatever you're facing right now, find good distractions. What makes you happy right now? Could be the very mundane things in your life right now, like drawing, o kaya writing a journal again, playing with your dogs and cats, o mga plantitos, plantitas, pagpa-plant, okay? Tapos, cooking and baking, di ba? Ang dami na ngayong mga master chef dahil sa lockdown, kung ano-ano mga Isa na ako sa mga master chef ngayon. O kaya nanonood ka ng Korean novela. Anything that will give you joy in the next 5 minutes. Just enjoy and get distracted. Okay? So that's number 3, find good distractions. Number 4, surround yourself with people who makes you happy. Okay? Perfect time to reach out to people. Online naman, every we can reach out to anyone. To ask for support since you are going through a lot. Pwede mo naman yung sabihin sa mga kaibigan, kausapin mo naman ako. Or, kasi alam mo naman na we are social creatures, make a new friend. Like what I'm doing right now. I'm also, hindi naman ako ganun ka-well, okay? Mukha lang talaga akong well. hindi nga sila naniniwalang PWD ako eh. Kasi minsan, nagda-drive ako, tapos pakikita ko PWD. So parang ayaw nila akong bigyan ng parking, di ba? Kasi limited yung iniisip nila sa PWD. Okay? Yung parang may physical ailment lang. Pagka alam mga gumanto ako, kasi PWD ako eh. Pero, hindi, di ba?
Tatawa ka pa.
Oo, di ba? Hindi pwede gano'n. Yun. So, asa na nga, surround yourself, di ba? Someone to help you ease your pain. Okay. If you want someone to talk to, if we are on the same journey, you can message me. Okay? Whatever questions that you may have, dialysis, kidney transplantation, Crohn's disease, any autoimmune, o kahit na ano man yung pinagdadaanan nyo, if I do have the time, then I could spare my time and I'd be happy to do that. Number 5, and the last one, think happy thoughts. I know it's easier said than done when you're in the middle of whatever you're going through right now, di ba? Kaya you're in the middle of the coiling line in MRT. Kaya 4 hours traffic. It's complicated, but it's the only way for you to keep thriving. Just tell yourself, I'm alive, I have friends, I have my family, roof above my head, food, diba? Food every day. Count your blessings because you are blessed beyond measure. What you have right now might be something that people truly desire. So yun lang. Yun lang yung 5 tips that I could share to you what I did back then when my life was interrupted by an unexpected trial and challenge.
Yeah. I just want to say, because our lives are really, if we are, really deep into our faith, our lives are interrupted mostly because there is a different plan in place for us by the Lord.
Yeah.
And again, it only works out. We don't really. We can only really overcome all the problems that we go through kung meron nga tayong pananalig or maniniwala tayo sa plano niya para sa atin. Madali kasi tayong mga tao tayo, so we can either believe, have faith, or magalit tayo at mag-question, which a lot
Yes.
of people do because that's how humans are. But then that's why, there are people like Sam here and like myself who are like really trying to put, something like this together so that we can share our different life stories to encourage people that having faith in God, in the Lord, truly is a magnificent thing to do. It truly is amazing kasi it'll do wonders for your life. Um, yung now there's still something that I wanted to say, but for 21 na magpapatugtog
Kaya
ako
nga.
ng songs dapat, right? But I didn't want to interrupt Sam because her story was very in the moment and intense, and I wanted you guys to continue listening to it. But before that, introduce mo muna yung doggy mo dyan. What's the name of the pup or the
Um,
dog?
Hindi na siya puppy.
Oo nga
Siya
eh.
siya si Pepper Potts, oo. Ito isa sa mga babies ko dito. Kasi yung mga babies ko apat ang legs at saka ayan, balahibo. Wala pa po
Hi,
kasi
Pepper
akong anak.
Potts.
This is
Oh,
Miss Pepper Potts, yan. Yung mga stress buster ko yung mga yan. So,
all right.
ayan.
Hi, Pepper Potts. I'd like to thank Sam. Thank you. Baka makalimutan kitang pasalamatan. But I want to thank your family, Tita, Bernard, and Ate Tess, kung nandyan ka, for listening, and everybody, Maricar, if you're somewhere, and your
And Kuya Tony.
brothers. Yeah, Tony, lahat kayo guys, I miss all of you. I really would want to be able to reconnect with you physically. Hopefully, when this pandemic, becomes better. I don't know when it's ever going to be better, but I do have faith it will.
Yes.
Thank God that the internet is still showing us ways to connect with each other and share very profound experiences. I think it's quite obvious that Sam is being used by the Lord right now to be able to share her experiences and the lessons that she has gathered in her lifetime. It's amazing to me that we have known each other since the 1990s, but we haven't seen each other in many, many years. The only common thing that we had back then was music, and I
Yeah.
was the one who taught Sam to rap, right?
Yes.
Because I'm a hip hop artist, I'm a rapper, but I also sing, but Sam sings better, syempre.
May
Pero
ganon.
now,
But you rap better.
but I'm just trying. I'm giving a like an overview to the listeners that are still here, that are your friends. But now, I'm really very thankful and grateful that our connection is not just about music; it's also about the Lord, diba? It's about
Yeah.
God. It's about Christianity. So imagine, diba? I mean, we were very close, guys. Miss Femia,
Yeah.
um,
My
yes,
friend.
thank you po. Yes, I was listening to Sam. Yeah, when I'm actually doing a show, I'd like to be able to listen. Pinatay ko na nga yung phone ko kasi nadidistract ako. But thank you so much for also listening. But Sam and I, yes, we've known each other for many, many years, and kaya nga malakas ang loob ko talagang invite siya dito, despite that, she would have to share a very personal matters of her life. But again, she believes in the power and the direction that the Lord has placed in her life, and that is why she's able to find the courage to share very personal matters to strangers listening to our show. Hindi lang kasi kayo yung nakikinig. Syempre, this will be saved on Facebook, so anytime, anybody can listen to it through the Radio Pilipinas page. With that being said, I'd like to also thank Radio Pilipinas, DJ Angela, and of course Sir Nolet, for agreeing to my initiative here to do Hip Hop with Christ with Radio Pilipinas. I'd like to also to thank this opportunity, since it's already 4:25, to invite all the listeners and viewers today and lahat ng mga nakikinig sa radiopilipinas.com and the other radio apps that we are on every Wednesday. Today was the pilot or the first episode. It's from 3 p.m. to 4 or 4:30 p.m., depending on if I will have a guest or not. But it'll be a minimum of 1 hour. And the show really is about sharing testimonies to be able to encourage others and to play music, primarily or predominantly hip hop, Christian hip hop, gospel rap music. So kanina, nakapagpatugtog na ako ng dalawa, meron pa ako ipapatugtog na iba. So hopefully, makapakinig pa rin kayo. And if not, it's okay. Next time, we'll play the same songs. I'd like to take that opportunity to thank everybody at babati na lang po ako sa inyo sa comments after nitong show para hindi ako ma-interrupt dito at ayoko malaglag na naman dito sa internet. But, San, do you still have anything to say? One last.
Anything to say? Ano nga ba? well, I just wanted to thank everyone who listened this afternoon. I believe it's not an accident that you came across this live stream. So whatever you're going through, if you've watched this after it has been, I mean, kung hindi na siya live, no, and you came across this stream, then I guess God has a message to you from what we have, from what I have experienced. Maybe we're on the same journey, we're on the same, kung ano man pinagdadaanan ninyo. And then always, know that the Lord, hindi lingid sa Lord yung pinagdadaanan ninyo. You can always cry out to the Lord. And He always goes with you or walks with you, even goes before you. So you will just be surprised that you will have, the God wink moment and your burning bush experience. So yun lang yun. Whatever comes your way, a big trial, there's something that you will learn from it, or something that will develop your character to the person that God wants you to be.
Just open your hearts, guys. We don't really get to feel the love of people if we don't allow them, right? If we don't really allow them to enter our lives. So it's the same thing with God. The title of the show is God is Love, because everything that happens to us is because of His love for us. And we just don't recognize it yet. Some of us don't, but some of us have already recognized it. And so we're sharing that. I look forward to future episodes and to get to invite Sam again to help me out once in a while. Kasi she really has
sure.
so many stories to share. So thank you. Sana nakatulong kami sa inyo. Again, when we are at our weakest and when we are most broken as individuals, it's amazing how we can still find strength to be able to help other people.
Yes.
And where do we get that strength from? Right? Kasi kung tayo aasa sa strength natin bilang mga tao, kulang po yun, hindi po yun kaya. Kaya yung sinasabi nga na yung cast your burdens upon me, di ba? Yung ganon. Yung sinasabi ni Sam kanina, totoo yun eh. We can only find the strength to help other people despite of our brokenness if we allow ourselves to offer all our burdens to Him, and He will take charge of our lives.
Yes.
It's really the deepest essence of what faith is about. And some believe but don't have faith. It's a work in progress for some, but for some it was a very fast process because they get convicted right away. Di ba?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm talking
We have
about
our own
faith.
time.
We all have our own time. So we just need to really allow ourselves to open up ourselves to God if we really would like to know about what Christianity is about, what God's love is for us. It truly is out of this world. It is supernatural, the love He has for us. He's everything. We'll get into that another topic, another day. But that is my spiel kasi the last song that I'm going to be playing is called Have Faith, God is Love. It's actually a song of mine and my
wow.
group women's business hip hop and hip hop with Christ Beverly's. So hopefully guys will appreciate this kung sino pang makakarinig nito. It's 4:30 na, so eto na. Bye, Sam.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank you sa
you.
lahat ng comment, tita. Thank you po lahat po kayo na hindi ko na po kayo may isa-isa sa mga nag-comment. Maraming salamat po sa pag-share po ng video na to at sa lahat na nakikinig sa radiopilipinas.com. My name is Jug without an S. That's why there's a dot right there, a period after the G. Jug, Honeyluv, and you are listening or viewing God is Love, Hip Hop with Christ, the pilot episode here at radiopilipinas.com. Thank you so much. And here is the last song. It's called Have Faith, God is Love.
God bless.
God bless. Bye, Sam. Sana
Bye.
mag-cooperate tong internet. Okay.
Oo nga.
Here we go. Ito na. Malapit na. Ito na. Here. Here. Oh gosh, I hope it works. Because if it doesn't,
You do a cappella.
whew, naku. Pagka kasi nagsasabay yung player tsaka the internet with StreamYard, it slows down.
Yeah.
So there's something
Why
wrong here.
don't you just sing it a cappella?
Ayoko. Dapat nga ikaw ang kakanta. Wait lang, dyan ka lang. Malapit na. Okay. Try ko daw ulit. Sabi ng StreamYard. Maano tong StreamYard eh. Ayan. Minsan, twice ko pa i-share screen eh. Here we go. These are for all the new listeners that haven't heard this song, of course. Here we go. There. Soon. But it's working na. Goodness. Sam, let me know. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Let's ask StreamYard, kaya ba this year?